Bliss of Ignorance, the 16th of September, 2024. It is true that jinn might be more associated with habits. If a person does something regularly, it is more likely that it would be observed as to what kind of effect that doing it would have on him. In other words, if a person does something good continuously, they are either imitated or pressured towards doing it often. Whereas if someone is doing something bad, causing them to feel delusions and hallucinations, then they would be nudged to avoid doing it. This is easier to conceptualize when considering an act of murder, when a person is told to commit the act against those he loves. When someone is incited to kill another person without a motive, how can this situation be considered in the court of justice? According to his mental state. Sometimes this mental state is determined wholly by their surroundings. It is like saying that milk and oil do not mix together. It is like when saying that the existence of the jinn realm is a necessity for the difficult mental states that would lead someone to commit such an act against their own family. They have to have been told, somehow, or because of whichever lack of faith they would have, which caused them to be incited. In fact, if they were incited towards evil, and the first evil that they would be prone to would be murder, then it seems like murder rather than polytheism or idolatry is the sin that has to be treated with the highest regard. It is natural for the servants of God to abide by what brings God the most service. But still, precision in the judgment is what is going to be used in the final court of justice. Is it not by precision that some things need to be determined? In such a case, would the guilt be upon the killer, being human, or the jinn who had caused the thought of killing to have an inception response? You reap what you sow. If it is a thought that was incited into him, then he would be rewarded as one would reward a farmer, per se. But why punish the farmer if the farmer was only the reaping ground rather than the decision maker? His motive is non-existent. When someone kills another because of inciting from another entity, does any blame befall the actual killer, the human, other than being used as a tool? What is the motive for killing? Or it is absolutely not something to be commanded by a rational being or a being who was sent to serve God. Had lack of faith not been present, the devil would not have had a way into calling them to kill another, especially not a mother. An ode to an old generation that was living a time of limited belief and the bliss of ignorance.